Have you ever wondered where does your plastic waste go to? How many of your daily products are made of plastic? How does it affect our environment? And what can we do about it?
Plastic is a product of petroleum. Due to their relatively low cost, ease of manufacture, versatility, and water resistance, plastic is used in a wide range of products. Since the invention of the first fully synthetic plastic backlight in 1907, more and more traditional materials are being replaced. Today, there is sight of plastic everywhere.
May I ask how many tons of plastic thrown by the people in one day?
Okay, actually, for a world report, okay, they found out that each individual using around 200 plastic bag, okay, per month. This is the average one. Maybe less or more for our country. Yeah. However, in Malaysia, it was reported that in 2016, around 7,400 metric ton per day, we dispose plastic to landfill itself. This is some of the data that you can.
Okay, the second question is, where does our daily plastic waste end up?
Currently, most of the plastic, if collected from houses, they will end up in the landfill. For our case in Sabah, in Kota Kinabalu, normally we send out the plastic to Kayu Madang landfill. But those who are not being thrown properly, they will end up in river, in the ocean. As you can see yourself, in for example in Sembulan or in Tanjung Haru, you can see a lot of, even in the Likas, in the beach, you can see there's a lot of plastic.
I have one question. Plastic is thin and can be done, but what makes plastic as non-biodegradable?
It's very difficult to degrade this. There is no oxygen atom inside the molecular structure. So meanings you cannot degrade it by bacteria or organism. That's why it's very difficult for this plastic to be degraded.
There is some information about the toxic release after burning the plastic. So is there any way to deal with this?
Alright, some of the major toxic may be the alkanes. And then alkanes, I know you're familiar with it as a chemistry, you learned it before. Okay, alkanes, yeah. As well as they call it a PAH, okay, polyaromatic hydrocarbon. Okay, so this is important chemicals that come out from the burning of plastic. Okay. However, if we talk about, you mentioned about filtering. Again, your question is about filtering the smoke.
Yeah.
So we need to adopt again technology, okay, to filter properly this burning of plastic. Remember here, we cannot do open burning, but we must control it in a system what we call as incinerator. We control the burning as well as we need to design a proper filtration. Okay, for example, they call it some sort of electrostatic precipitator filter. So this is very good enough technology to filter the pollutant from the burning of plastic. However, sometimes the limitation is the cost Okay. Now we have the technology, but whether we are afford to use the technology, that's another question. The technology is there, but whether it's feasible or we can afford to have that technology. That's the thing. First, technology and cost. And you as an engineering student always think about what? Okay, the efficiency of your process, the efficiency of your system, right? Yeah. And then the second one is the cost of the system. Okay, whether it's affordable or not. Let's say you are going to use your technology in a rural area. Did they afford to have this one? So again, first we talk about the efficiency, and second the cost itself.
Now, when you talk about replacing this plastic, it's easier to say compared to do it. The cost of this plastic is very, very small. Okay, there is one person told me that the best invention in the world they have is plastic, but it's a polymer. But also that is the worst invention. Okay, because of the environmental pollution. You cannot degrade it. It will stay about 500 years, you know.
Don't we have biodegradable plastic? Why don't we use it?
In terms of changing the plastic, okay, number one, yes, we can make it a biodegradable plastic, no problem. But you need to compete between food, human consumption food, or you want to make into plastic. You want to make into plastic bag. Human consumption food, as long as you have any chemicals contain cellulose, you can make into a plastic. The process to make a plastic, you need to melt the plastic and then shape it. That's basically. Melt it, shape it. If you cannot melt it, you cannot shape it. You cannot recycle it. You must mix the recycle with the original type of plastic. The maximum that you can put it in is about 40% recycle into the original polymer. Only 40% loading. Meaning loading, okay, I have 100% this polyethylene. So I can take off 40% and then I put this recycled polyethylene 40%. Only that. Be above that, when you put it in, they will destroy your strength. Okay. Now, yes, there is type of wound, but how fast it can degrade, that's number one. If 10 tons, and then you have how many wounds? Number two, not all wounds or not all microorganisms can stand with the humidity of us. Possibly that one, the video that they said is different country. Possibly in Australia. But you cannot bring a worms to a new country. That's wrong. Because you bring different diseases already. It's not simply like that, man. Okay? But how fast the worm can degrade the plastic? 1 kilo, 1 year. So you need to think about that as well.
There is a type of waxworm or bacteria that can eat the plastic. So why are we not using this technology or do more research on that to reduce the plastic?
This is, a good question. Currently, this technology is still on the lab scale. So From the lab scale, we need to move to pilot scale. After pilot scale, then we'll move to the real scale. And it takes time. It takes time. Okay. So yes, I agree that we can use this good technology, but it will take time. Prevention is better than cure. Okay. The first thing you need to do is, for example, you need to trap the rubbish, the plastic, at the first point. Okay. For example, at the drainage itself. At the drainage itself, we need to collect the plastic before it can reach the river or the ocean. I think as an engineer, we need to develop this type of system. That's the as an engineer, okay, we need to develop the system itself. As for example, rubbish trap, we need to design, develop, okay, in order to prevent the plastic from entering river as well as the ocean. The second thing is education. How we can educate the people so that they can not just simply throw the plastic into the river, into the ocean. Okay, this is also the main thing. Okay, education and engineering part, we must merge together. Okay, so that we can solve the problem.
Next question. Is there another way to do with the plastic other than just recycling it?
Yes, there is a possibility to turn the plastic, for example, into fuel. There is a study in, if I'm not mistaken, in US. They already managed to build a reactor, small reactor, very efficient reactor to turn the plastic, especially those debris from marine, into fuel. And another study also, they able to turn the plastic into what we call as a coagulant. Coagulant is chemicals that help settling pollutant faster in a water treatment. So this is one of the options actually, that when we can really move on so that we can eliminate the problem of plastic.
In your opinion, what is the best way to minimize the effect of the plastic to our environment?
The plastic is there, okay. Let's say education. It should be education. How we can motivate the people to reduce the consumption of plastic. Now it's back again to the education. How we can educate the people to recycle the plastic, for example.